Oh, bruh, what the Couyons up to today?
Welcome back to the channel, guys. So we got some high dollar stuff over here. Like we usually do, we do it all. We do some cheaper budget stuff, some middle price range stuff, that's my cup of tea right there. But this time we got some high dollar stuff, which usually runs about $100, but Ryan picked it up around the 90s, which is a good little pickup over here in Arkansas. So
Yeah, I thought it was a good buy, man. I keep seeing this on Jeremy Sears' channel on YouTube, and he keeps talking about it. So when I seen it for 90, I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna get a bottle of it. And this is the Blue Run High Rye Bourbon Whiskey. It comes in at 65% corn, 30% rye, and 5% malted barley. It's got this nice, beautiful little butterfly on the front. Apparently, I think they're supposed to be unique to every bottle.
man, the presentation's nice. The bottle's fucking pretty as can be.
The bottle's great.
Yeah, you got the little metal butterfly emblem. I like it. So it's story with like we looked up a little information on it, and it was 5 guys that were just bourbon enthusiasts that decided to make whiskey. I think one was like a Nike. They weren't from the bourbon industry. They were different. Like one was a Nike
Facebook, stuff like that.
Yeah, like it was different. They had different jobs that didn't pertain to bourbon. So they paired with Jim Rutledge, which is a former Four Roses distiller, master distiller. So they kind of helped him walk through the process of making this and distilling it out of the Castle and Key distillery. So, but yeah, I mean it's a good one. Like we tried it. We drank a good bit out of it before we decided to do an official review on it. But
we picked this bottle up a couple of days. It's been opened up for a little while. Said it comes in at 111 proof, 55% alcohol, and now this is a high rye bourbon. I like to think of it as a rye because to me it drinks more like a rye. Like this would probably be in my top 10 for bourbons, but this is probably my number 1 for like a rye if it would be considered an actual rye. I like it. I really enjoy it.
yeah, I mean it's good stuff. Like we were just talking about like best ryes we've had. I consider it a bourbon myself. It was high rye bourbon, but like ryes, like man, they got a lot of ryes out there, but I'm not super big into rye. It's not a category I don't like. I dislike. It'll probably be my number 3 or number 4 maybe. Like there's other categories or subcategories of whiskey that I prefer over rye, but E.H. Taylor straight rye, like we were talking about, fantastic rye. It's probably my favorite one, but it's more bourbon-like, kind of like this. Yeah. It's got bourbon characteristics, but man, it's not obtainable. It's not something you're gonna find on the shelf all the time.
This is something that really could fill both categories. It's a bourbon. It could be a rye spot or someone like that. If you got somebody that likes ryes, if somebody prefers bourbons, each or my wife's a big rye drinker. I'm more of a bourbon drinker. This right there in the middle for both of us.
Yeah, I don't know. Like out of all the stuff I've had, Rodney Blue Rye from High West, like just I guess run of the mill stuff you can pick up for rye. That'd probably be up there for me. I know we started on Bullet like a 95% rye, so.
Good ryes, man, are pricey, and this is no exception, man. This is a $90 bottle of whiskey right here, but
yeah,
it is fucking really enjoyable.
So let's get into it. Color wise, it does run a lot lighter. I don't know if
it is
really
a light
better pick
caramel.
It up. Yeah.
In comparison, it's not dark like most bourbons.
Right. Age statement on it. You're looking at about 4 years. It says at least 4 years, so there could be some older stuff in it.
What I read, I think some of the original batch or someone like that has some 13-year-old stuff, but what they saying is at least 4 years. So.
See, I get butterscotch on it, more butterscotch than I did previously when we first had it. But
I'm getting leather, dude. I don't know if I really got that much the first time, but like leather, right off the bat.
Maybe a little bit.
The butterscotch, the cinnamon, the
rye spices.
The rye spices. Yeah.
Being 30% rye, it does come off. You do get a lot of rye spice to it, a lot of rye bacon spices.
I'm glad we gave this a couple of days there, you know.
It opened up the more it sat for a little bit, but like I said, it has lighter tones than most bourbons. That like, so most bourbons you get a heavy oak with it, right? Caramel, heavy oak. This one I get like just a touch of oak. It's a light oak, but being a light oak, like coming from a Scotch guy, your other flavors in the grain pick up. So it's like the rye spices from the grain pick up. You do get a little caramel from the little light, almost I would say caramel, but the caramel comes off as the butterscotch. So we got that we get
caramel. I'm getting some melon, dude, and I kind of want to think watermelon.
I don't get any fruit in it.
It's a very subtle, like I said, melon's not very pungent on the nose. It's
very... you know what? I did get like a light pear, so maybe that's kind of what, because there was a little bit of like touch of fruit, but nothing major. So.
It definitely opened up a lot on the nose, though. It's got a beautiful just aroma to it. The alcohol is almost non-existent on the nose. Just you get a lot of just the flavors.
Shit, man. I went on a taste already.
I want to. I'm about to.
It's good.
I'm telling you, dude. Like I'm getting like a decent watermelon off of this. It's crazy.
I'm getting watermelon from it.
Oh man, just like you fresh cut a watermelon, just that fruit sweetness, that like fruit punch almost. All right, let's go in on it.
A lot of cinnamon. Cinnamon, almost like a little vanilla cream to it. Almost like a vanilla custard. I think that's what makes it so like so light. It's not like dark. You get a little bit of caramel, vanilla custard. You get a lot of cinnamon though, with like
really,
high rye.
Really strong on the cinnamon with the high rye like pickup after that. Just
big time.
The cinnamon is there, and then the rye is like hello.
big time on bacon spices.
Yeah.
But it's also like really sweet too, but not overly sweet. It's good like that. Like it's got some sweet notes. It's like a custardy kind of note, but it's not like so sweet where it's hard to drink.
I definitely get the custard thing, but yeah, it's definitely really like the sweetness is great on it. It's not overpowering or anything, and I think that's where I fall with the Angel's Envy Rye, whatever. Like the Angel's Envy Rye is way too sweet. Like it's really good and really enjoyable to drink, but you can only have about a glass of this. This, man, I could sit here and have several glasses of this. This is really enjoyable to drink. Really
got a little floral note to it on the taste too.
It definitely.
It's got some good floral notes. Like I said, it's got a good complexity to it for what it is. It's got a lot of different notes you can pick out.
The cinnamon rye, the floral, like you said, the custard, just that thing.
Yeah, it's got a lot to it for a bourbon. But to be honest with you, like a lot of bourbons you get, I mean, we were drinking Evan Williams Bottled and Bond not too long ago. You were drinking Evan Williams. I had a little Woodford Reserve. Like those are pretty basic, run-of-the-mill bourbons. You're gonna get a little bit more flavor with the Woodford than you would with the Evan Williams, but those are like $17 and a $30 bottle of whiskey. With this, you're getting a $90 bottle of whiskey, and you can taste it in the whiskey. I mean, that's what you want to hope for. You're paying that much more for a bottle of whiskey. You want it to at least taste what you're paying for. And I think with this one,
you're getting it.
You're getting flavor with the money you're putting out for it.
I'll be honest with you. I'm sitting there sipping on it now. Like I've been saying that it's a high rye, and I think of it as a rye. But right now, drinking it now, just had a little time to open up. It definitely drinks more like a bourbon, I think.
Yeah, and like I said,
that might change per experience.
Me being a Scotch guy, like I like bourbon, and when I'm in the mood for like a dark oaky bourbon, yeah, hell yeah, I'm gonna go pull like a Lodge Creek Barrel Proof or a Larceny Barrel Proof, like a oaky, like a rare breed, you know, like a good oaky bourbon, Woodford or something like that. But man, I don't know, for coming from this is like a Scotch guy's bourbon. Like it's very light on the oak. All the grain flavors come out.
It's got oak, but it's really light, dude. You're getting so many flavors and so many aromas and so many other things going on there without the oak, say, overpowering it or being harsh or anything like that. It's just a really brilliant whiskey.
But sometimes you want that oak to be there and stand out, and you want to taste the oaky American.
Yeah, sometimes
whiskey.
you want that punch in the face.
This one's good though. You don't get this. It's a little light oak, and it's like kind of like a unique bourbon. It makes it a unique bourbon because it's a little light on the oak, and you taste the other notes that come there that you wouldn't get from the oak.
Yeah.
So.
Being for something that just started out in 2019.
Yeah, I think they did a good job with it.
This is brilliant.
Yeah, it's good. Yep. So coming on the, we're gonna give it a score over here.
I ain't gonna lie, dude, man. This might be my best score yet. It's not saying it's the best thing I've ever had, but it's review wise.
Yeah.
I think I'm going 8.75.
Damn, dude. Okay.
To me, I think it beats out, say, like the Four Roses single barrel just a little bit. So I'm gonna go up.
I would think it beats out Four Roses single barrel. Yeah.
Dude, that last bottle I had was really fucking brilliant. A really good bottle.
Yeah.
So, and I think this is even better than it.
So yeah, I'm gonna go an 8. I could even go 8.25. Like today it's good. I'm gonna go an 8 though. I gave Larceny an 8.50, and I think Larceny is better than this. And the Larceny barrel proof, but that's it's a weeded bourbon. So this one's good though. I still like it. Like I think it deserves the price tag, and it deserves at least to be in the 8s for sure. You know, I think being in the 7s would be they wouldn't be doing it justice. You know what I mean?
If you're doing an 8.25, I'm doing an 8.75. That's an 8.5 roughly. That's a good spot for it.
Well, I'll give it an 8. So
okay, well we're a little lower. We're about 8.3 or so.
Yeah, it's good though. It really is good. Like I said, Larceny I gave it an 8.50, and I would take Larceny over it, but that's just
I don't know, man. I don't like this way. Like I like the Larceny, I really do, but it don't have the complexity this has. And then
Larceny's a like heavy oak weeded bourbon though, so and it just depends, man. This one's good. This one's good for you for what it is.
Sometimes you want the complexity, sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
On that one, this one, I like this one, man. I think it really hits on a lot of. You can sit down and just fucking enjoy this stuff. Like if you want to enjoy it, you can enjoy it. If you want complexity, you got complexity. If you just want to drink some whiskey, you can drink some whiskey.
Yeah.
Of course, it's gonna hurt your pocketbook, but.
Yeah, and I mean complexity for a bourbon. It's a lot of bourbons are just like to me personally, they're good. Some of them don't have a lot of complexity, but you just want a simplistic American whiskey to drink with smoke in it. Usually, a lot of times, if I want complexity, I'm gonna go pull a Scotch out and get a 15-year, 16-year Scotch, 18-year Scotch. You get some complexity in that usually, but this is pretty damn good for dude. It has at least 4 years, but you can tell it's got a little bit older bourbon into it.
Definitely. I think like what I read. Like the original batch or so on that has up
finish
to 13
is good
years.
too. The finish is good too. It's got a decent finish.
It's all around great, I think. I can't really knock it on anything.
Well, that's about it, guys. Blue Run, pretty good review, I think, from us. Like as far as the score wise, I think we gave it a pretty good score. It deserves to be at least in the 8s for sure. Really good bourbon.
If you could find it for a good price, like 90.
Yeah, under 100. Yeah, give it a shot. I'd say
it's definitely worth putting in your cabinet and just have something special sitting around.
If you want like a premium bourbon, if you're looking for a premium bourbon and you got the funds to get it for that, whatever allocation of funds you have for whiskey for that time you want a bourbon, man, that'll do it. On the premium side of things, that'll be one to try out. So. But that's about it, guys. Whiskey Couyons. Check us out.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Comment.
Yeah, if you've had Blue Run before and you like it, let us know what you think about it. Was it worth it? Did it exceed your expectations? Let us know.
All right, y'all. See y'all on the next one.